still in the holiday spirit here. How is everyone today? I'm gonna wait to play this because, I don't want to mess anything up. I don't want to mess you up. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz. I'm the minister here at this beautiful, beautiful place that we call our spiritual home. We are here to celebrate love. We are here to celebrate life. We are here to celebrate the light that is inherent in each and every one of us. As you know, if you were here on Friday night, I have a bit of a cold. I've been tested multiple times. It is not COVID. I just want to be very clear. But because of that, I don't have much of a singing voice today. So we're letting Linda take on the bulk of that responsibility today. Grateful for Linda Ackerman and the band. And so we're going to start off with this great, great holiday song.
Ring, ring, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for savor together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for savor together with you. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding a wonderland of snow. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, it's grand. Just holding your hand. We're glad along with the song of a wintry wonderland. Our cheeks are nice and comfy, cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like birds of a feather would be. Let's take that road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for savor together with you. There's a birthday party at the home of Farmer Gray. It'll be the perfect ending to a perfect day. We'll sing the song we love to sing without a single stop at the fireplace while we watch the chestnuts pop. Pop, 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 there's a happy feeling nothing in the world can buy. We pass around the coffee and the pumpkin pie. It'll nearly be like a picture print by Currier and Ives. These wonderful days are the things we remember right through our lives. Just hear those sleigh bells tingling, ring, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for savor together with you. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy, cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like birds of a feather would be.
Linda Ackerman and the band.
Jonathan on those sleigh bells.
Oh my gosh. Once upon a time in rehearsal, I said, don't ever give me a percussive instrument because I will throw the whole band off. But I think I did okay today. Yes, so once again, welcome to this beautiful Sunday celebration, beautiful humans. I'm so grateful to see so many glorious faces here with us today. We are a spiritual community, and we are here to teach practical tools for a better life. I believe that the approach of spirituality should be that it should make our lives better. So we teach tools here to enhance the quality of our experience. And, that's the whole point and purpose for me of having become a minister even. My life has gotten better through spiritual practice, and I trust that through spiritual practice, your life gets better as well. One of the things I've been saying a lot frequently is to say this: especially if you're new, you may not believe everything you hear today. You may not, and that's okay. But I believe you will hear something that you will believe, and it is important for us to really look at what it is we believe, because our beliefs are setting the stage for the experience we are having in life. I also want to say this today. Whether you know it or not, you are here on purpose. You are here on purpose. Even if somebody dragged you here today, you are here on purpose. And I am so grateful. Just think about what purpose means, because I think there's an inherent purpose within each and every one of us. And I'm always grateful that we get to share this time together. We do have a vision and a mission statement here at Unity of Tucson. We'd love to share these together. Would you say these words with me, the words of our vision statement? We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. I hold to this truth in my own life that the world and the experience and expression of all that exists in this world is inherently magnificent. And part of my desire is to spread this message so that everyone wakes up to that inherent magnificence. So that's the vision. How do we get there? Well, we have those practical tools, and it is the mission that informs us what those practical tools can be. So let us say these words together, the words of our mission statement. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. And I believe when we remember who we are, and what we teach here is that we are fundamentally divine, that the core of our beingness is infinite creative spirit, God. That's what we teach. When we remember that, well, those other two aspects actually become very easy, because when we know that about ourselves, we know that about every single person whom we encounter. If you're joining us for the first time today, if you're online joining us for the first time today, we'd love to know that you have decided to be with us. There is a way that you can connect with us. If you go to unitytucson.com/connect, you can fill out some information there. We'd love to know that you've decided to be here with us. And if you're in the room and joining us for the first time today, we have a gift for you. So if you are comfortable with identifying yourself by standing up as someone who's joining us for the first time today, we'd be delighted to give you a gift. Thank you. Grateful to have you here. Yes, thank you, thank you. And remain standing for just a moment as these gifts are passed out, because we have another thing that we would like to let you know. So we at Unity of Tucson, we do our research, and we've done our research into you specifically, and we have found out something about you. we know something about you, and this community is now going to share it with you on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You are magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. Thank you for shining your light and sharing your magnificence here with us today. And we know this about you because you are a reflection. We are, each and every one of us, a reflection of everyone else. So let us exclaim for ourselves these words. I am magnificent. Indeed, magnificence abounds. I'm just going to come over here and get my tea, because now you're going to hear me squeak through a song shortly. To lead us today in inspiration with a reading and guiding us in our affirmation is one of our prayer chaplains. Glorious to have her here. Would you please welcome Deborah Walker?
Good morning, everybody. Happy Boxing Day. In England, this would be Boxing Day, and I believe in Canada as well. So the reading this morning comes from Ralph Waldo Emerson. My life is for itself and not a spectacle. I prefer that it be genuine and equal, sound and sweet. It is easy to live after the world's opinion, but the great man is he who in the midst of the crowd keeps with perfect sweetness the independence of solitude. Okay, so I'm going to read this month's affirmation, and afterwards I would love it if you would join me in reciting that affirmation a couple of times. I am worthy, I am love, I am enough. Please join me. I am worthy, I am love, I am enough. One more time. I am worthy, I am love, I am enough.
So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I will share, 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 I will share this love.
I am an expression of the life of spirit. Joy, light, and love find expression through me, through my words, my actions, my creative ideas, and in all of my relationships. My past has no hold over me. I live with gratitude, grace, and ease, knowing that spirit is eternal and infinite. And so it is. Amen.
I will share, 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 I will share this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, this love, this love, this love.
Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. I think our plan to do the benediction is going to go back to the original thing I told you about when we get there. You'll all just have to wonder what that means now until we get there. Please welcome to the stage Lynn Peterson, who is our keeper of the flames today. We have adopted this ritual here at Unity of Tucson to honor the faith traditions of the world. It's called Lighting the Flames of Faith. And what we're doing here is with each and every candle that we light, we are affirming the love that is at the core of all faith traditions, all religious practices, all spiritual ideologies. And so just take that in as we experience this ritual this morning. We first light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the divine will of love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And we light a candle for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony, and for any seekers who may be unaware of the power and presence of spirit in their lives and for the space that we are keeping open for them in our own hearts. And this final candle we light is our healing candle, which represents the uncovering of the God essence at the core of all creation. For that is how we teach healing, that as the God essence is unfolded, that magnificent inner core that has never been touched by anything in the world of circumstance, well, then the circumstances conform to fit that God image. And so this is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. The candle here on your left is our peace candle, and we keep the peace candle consistently illuminated with this understanding that it represents the consistent illumination of peace in our own hearts. And as we allow that peace in our core to inform our thoughts, our deeds, our actions, and our intentions, we create a more peaceful experience of this thing called life for ourselves and for everyone with whom we come into contact. And so let's honor this candle by stating together the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world.
Hi.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm good. Much better than you.
Oh, well. So I've been saying to a lot of people this morning, I feel a million times better than I felt on Friday night.
Well, you look a lot better too.
And I just sound a lot worse, and I just have no voice now. Like I'm basically over what it was. I'm healed from that. It's just the voice hasn't returned yet, and the voice is here. I mean, I'm clearly speaking. It's just not as pretty as it usually is.
Keep going. You're just hanging yourself more and more.
I know, right? So Lynn is going to tell us a little bit about her reflections on the homework that I gave last Sunday. If you're new to our community, I give homework every week. That's part of the practical application of the principles. And last week, I offered this. I wanted everyone to find a way to tap into their inherent blithe spirit, their joyful spirit, to see the world this week with the eyes of childlike wonder, and to find an opportunity, at least one or many, to play and do something new that feeds your soul. So that was the homework last week. Tell me a little bit about how that went for you this week.
Last week was a really hard week.
Yeah?
So I was sitting there with this, it was really bothering me all week, going, how am I going to do this? As many people know, I'm raising a 14-year-old, and sometimes it gets very trying. And it was really trying this week. So I kept wondering, okay, how am I going to do this? Or I don't feel like a child. I don't want to feel like a child. I have to be an adult, and I hate adulting sometimes. Welcome to the adult world. So Friday, I had fully intended, as you know, to be here Friday night. The night before, and actually there had been 3 this week, but one the night before was particularly horrific. Had been accidents out on Iowa Highway, which is my only way in and out, and it was a head-on fatality accident the night before. So it hadn't been raining on Friday, and it was dark, and I'm going, I'm just too chicken. This is a long drive. So I decided, okay, we're going to watch it on YouTube, and I'm going to go in and make cookies. So I went in, and I'm making cookies and so on. And here comes the 14-year-old. And all of a sudden, he wants to make cookies with me. And we got all the stuff out. I showed him. He was rolling the rolling pin. He's using the cookie cutters, the whole bit. And I'm standing back and I'm watching him because he's never really done this before. And we get them all cooked, and he's decorating them. And the funniest part about it, talk about being a kid and feeling like a kid, he's going, we don't need just Christmas decorations. You've got all these other things for Halloween and Easter. We had Christmas cookies with every kind of sprinkle from every holiday. So that was my kid thing, allowing him to show me how to be a kid for a little while.
Well, isn't that the gift of youth?
Yes.
They get to show us sometimes how to live life, right?
Yes, and he and I had a great time, and it was a great night. Oh. And so even though we weren't here, we were where we needed to be.
Exactly. You know what I always tell people? It's church, not prison. You get to make the decision whether you're here or not. I mean, I love to have you here, I just want to be very clear. I love having you here, but it's church, not prison.
Yeah, but you know your nephews. He can be a little bit on the difficult side.
Yeah, occasionally. I've seen that side of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm grateful that you've shared that with us today.
Yeah, that's why I said you'd find it.
Yes, it's perfect. It's perfect. Lynn Peterson, everyone. Thanks. Yes, I'll give you a hug. So I would say we're winding down the holiday season, but you know that today is actually technically the first full day of Christmas. Did you know that? Because Christmas actually is the season of Epiphany. It starts on Christmas Day. Well, I guess today's really the second day, but it starts on Christmas Day and goes through January 6th. So we're going to celebrate a little bit with a beautiful arrangement by Linda Ackerman of the Nutcracker Suite as our featured music today. Linda Ackerman. That was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. I came to Linda this morning and I said, so we talked about the song yesterday, and I said, so who made that arrangement? She said, oh, it was me. I was like, that's just, I mean, we have so much amazing talent. Such amazing talent. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, it's Boxing Day. It's Boxing Day. I'm going to talk a little bit about Boxing Day in just a moment, but because this is really the season of Christmas tide that leads up to Epiphany on January 6th, that's the tradition. The idea, as we talked about on Friday night, is that we are now awakened to the Christ consciousness that is inherent within. That is part of remembering who we are. We have birthed the Christ consciousness in our soul, and we get to do this every single year. And here's what I love about this idea, is that as we birth repeatedly that Christ consciousness, it is a constant reminder that we have power in the expression and experience of our lives. We have power. Now, the power we have is in addressing the relationship to the circumstances of our lives. Our relationship to the circumstances of our lives. And this time of year, there are a lot of relationships to address. I was thinking this morning about the time that I lived in Canada. I lived in Toronto, Ontario for 6 years as the senior minister of a church up there. And I used to do a lot of travel. Now, I'm originally from Tucson, and I used to travel a lot. So at the holidays, I would go to the airport in Toronto, and I would find my way somehow to this little airport here in Tucson. Tucson is an international airport, but they don't have flights direct from Canada. So I was thinking about one year where, I had so many delays and layovers. You ever experienced that? I mean, think about Toronto in the winter, in a big major airport, and everybody's trying to travel, and it can be really treacherous, the weather up there. Part of the reason I decided to move back to Tucson is because after 6 Canadian winters, I was done. So there were lots of layovers. And delays. So this one year, I was leaving Toronto. I had done my Sunday service, and I rushed to the airport because I had a late flight that day, and I get to the airport, and I am waiting, and the sign comes up that says there's going to be a delay, so my rushing was sort of for naught. So I'm waiting to get on the plane. Finally, after a delay, we get on the plane, and then they roll us out to where they de-ice the wings and everything, and then they roll us out to the tarmac, and we get into the line, and we're waiting and waiting and waiting. We were waiting for over 45 minutes to take off. Now, I was flying from Toronto to San Francisco, and then from San Francisco to Tucson, because that's the most direct route, apparently. So I missed my connection in San Francisco, because by the time they got the issues addressed that delayed us for 45 minutes, they actually ended up taking us back to the gate. We deplaned, got on a different plane to actually go to San Francisco. I got to San Francisco, and I thought, well, here I am. I had missed my flight by just a few minutes. Not that I would have made it, because I had to change terminals, and there, if you change terminals, you have to go through security checkpoints again, and it was, and you know how that can be. So the next flight that they were able to book me on from San Francisco to Tucson was a full 8 hours later. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if you know where the San Francisco airport is in relationship to the city, it's not really quite enough time to leave, go enjoy the city, and then come back. I would literally have been in a cab, gone to the city and said, how lovely, and told the cabbie, take me back to the airport now so that I can get back in line to go through security. So I decided, well, I'm just going to stay here in the airport. Just allow myself this opportunity to choose what my relationship to the circumstances are going to be. I could have decided to have been in upset. I could have decided to have been in despair that my flight was delayed and that my family was waiting for me, and it's all delayed. Or I could let my present circumstances be rooted in a consciousness of love, light, joy in the experience I was having, and look and find those things in the experience that I was having. So I had the most magnificent experience for 8 hours in the San Francisco airport. I couldn't tell you today what I did, but I know I had a great time. I did have, that particular Sunday was Christmas Eve. And so I did have my Christmas Eve dinner, not with my family, but with myself in San Francisco at the airport. I had the realization, this is a great lesson to never be upset about the present. There's never a reason to be upset about the present. Because I can't be upset about my present and expect my future to work out in the way that I would like it to. Because if I'm carrying that consciousness in my present moment into the next moment and the next moment and the next moment, I am consistently informing my future me. And so if I am choosing to live in that state of mind, what am I going to continue to create? I could stand up here and go, oh, woe is me. I have had a cold and I don't sound as good as I usually do. I could live in that consciousness, but I choose not to. I choose not to. We have the power of our choice to the relationship of our circumstances. So I'm going to encourage us, each and every one of us today, to lose any of the upset that we carry. We carry it a lot, right? Sick of it. Let it go. Yes. And live in this pure, perfect, joyous moment by deciding that it is a pure, perfect, joyous moment. Let that inner joy that is inherent, just like peace is inherent, let that inner joy inform the circumstances rather than allowing the circumstances to inform our inner life. Now, we're taught something very different in our society. We are taught to look at all the things out there and make determinations about them and how they affect us. They only affect us to the degree that we allow them to affect us. So today, turn it around and say, I am the point of power and I affect everything out there because I know who I am. I remember who I am. We are at choice no matter what. No matter what. People love me no matter what, even the ones that don't like me. All is well, no matter what, even when I'm delayed at the San Francisco airport for 8 hours. I get to decide, you get to decide, we all get to decide. So what decision are you making today? How will you build a better future by understanding that your future is your present moment? One of my favorite questions to ask is to see if anybody who is present, or if you're online, it's not as easy to answer me directly, but I do look at comments on the after the service. I go look at the comments that come up online. So one of my favorite questions to ask is if anyone here has ever lived in regret. Just me? Yeah. What is your relationship to regret? What is the relationship you have to regret? Is your today filled with any regrets? Because I could very easily look at things in my past and say, oh, gosh, all those horrible things that happened, and live in regret. And not just regrets from the distant past, which are very easy to find, but I could look at ways that I may be carrying regrets from 10 minutes ago, something that didn't quite work out the way I thought it should. And if I carry that with me, and I start packing up all those regrets, like I'm carrying a bag. I don't know if you remember the first talk I ever gave here at Unity of Tucson. I grabbed my bag and I started talking about all the things we put in our bag, and we carry that around, and it weighs us down until we decide that we're done with what we've put in that bag. Regrets are very heavy. Regrets are very heavy. So even something that I may be carrying from 5 minutes ago, I must be willing to take it out of the bag, lay it down, and let it be done. Only you can let yourself off the hook. No one else is going to do it for you. I may encourage you to let yourself off the hook, but only you can let yourself off the hook for any of those past regrets you may be experiencing. So it begs the question once again, what is your relationship to the circumstances? What is your relationship, your inner life relationship to the circumstances? God's creative action is working through you all the time, 100% of the time. So if you are holding on to regret, that is going to contribute to your present moment experience. And God is going to say, yes. Not that God is something out there, but God always says yes. God always is affirmative, and God is always constructive. So the nature of creative spirit that we call God is going to take that regret and say, I will give you more of the same. That's the opportunity. That's how powerful we are as creative beings. If we maintain that mindset, then we are going to have the results in form of that mindset. What you believed to be true yesterday has no bearing on who you are right now or ever will be again, except to the degree that you allow it. What you believed to be true 30 seconds ago has no bearing on who you are now or who you can or will be. You get to decide. It is a present moment, moment by moment decision to live magnificently. What we have done in the past is only carried into the now because we consent to it. That's it. We have the power to let it go. Too many of us try to fix the mistakes of the past. You ever do that? It's like, oh, something horrible happened, and now I'm going to put all of my energy into trying to fix that thing that happened back there. Well, that doesn't exist anymore. So the only thing we can fix is our present moment relationship. That's it. Because that's taking it out of trying to address the circumstances and addressing the source of the outflow of circumstances. By thinking that something circumstantial, some activity or some act of repentance, some open expression of guilt or remorse, if we think that any of that is going to change the past, we are woefully mistaken. The only thing that can change our past is our decision to let the past be the past. That's it. And there's nothing special we have to do that except make the decision. Nothing at all changes past experience. So let's stop putting so much energy to try to change the past. The only thing that can change is our inner life, our mindful relationship. So I think about one of the things that I could look at as a regret, and that is the decision to call my message today Boxing Day. And then I think to that great lesson that I learned from one of my mentors in ministry that said, don't ever let the title of your message get in the way of what you need to say. Boxing Day has various origin ideas. Now, in medieval times, it was the day that churches opened the alms box and distributed to the poor, distributed what had been collected throughout the year to the poor. It's one of the potential roots of the idea of Boxing Day. It's also been offered up that it's the day that the servants, when there was a real class structure, that the servants of the upper classes would actually get to celebrate the Christmas holiday. And they would receive a box from their employer of gifts or money or food that was left over from the feast yesterday. There are many different ideas about how the term Boxing Day came about. The gift, I believe, the gift that we can all receive on Boxing Day is that we get to carry forth the love that we all experienced yesterday and make that a decision. We don't need to box it up to present it. We don't need to box it within. We get to express it fully. To truly live the gift, we must release the past. We must release the past. Is that easier said than done? Perhaps. Perhaps. But that's why I encourage consistency in our spiritual practice. Consistency is key. When we are consistent in our spiritual practice, and if you watch my videos throughout the week, I pretty much always say this. It is consistency in spiritual practice that makes life better. We must be consistent. And as we close out this year, many among us are going to, create New Year's resolutions. Oh, that time of year is coming up. New Year's resolutions. And many outlets in the media are probably going to start running stories about how fruitless it is because you're going to make your resolution and then by the end of January, you will have abandoned it. Anyone have that experience? You are not relegated to the expression of your past. What has been your success or lack thereof in the past does not inform who you are right now. So if you are choosing to make a resolution, You are not relegated to think or live in the idea that it is going to fail by the end of January. Do not let your past inform your present. Let your present inform your future. The concept of resolution is magnificent. I love the concept of resolution. In fact, oftentimes in prayer, when I'm in the expression of prayer, I will use the phrase, I resolve, or I am resolved. Now, the reason that I do that is because it feels to me, and this is the important part, it feels specific and definite when I say, I resolve, and then state what it is that I am resolved about. There is power in specificity and definitiveness. And so let that be a part of your spiritual practice. As you pray, allow yourself to be resolved in that prayer, specifically and definitely, and then see what unfolds as the result. Resolved to me means letting go also of any attachments that I may have to the limited ideas of the outcome of the prayer. It allows me to let go of any limited ideas as to the outcome of my future. I get to live in this here and now moment. There is an inherent and infinite potential expressing through each and every one of us. And I say, let us unbox it today on Boxing Day. Let that be the gift we have received, that we get to open up and allow that magnificent potential to express itself more fully, more wholly, more joyfully than ever before. Consider for a moment the power that you have to create. You are the infinite, and so the infinite power of creation is coursing through you all the time, no matter what. You are the reason we have convened here today. Do you believe that? This entire experience that has propped itself up around you is because of your decision to have this experience prop up around you. I showed up because you decided you wanted me here. All these people showed up because you decided you wanted them here. Everything in your world is your creation. Everything. It is your infinite consciousness and your use of the infinite consciousness that has created this moment. If you happen to be reliving some past hurt, some regret, remember that moment has been created by you, and you are the one who gets to recreate that moment. Recognize that you are the catalyst of change. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. Because it is all made up by you. It's all made up by you. And so it is. Peace and blessings to you. You are magnificent. I'm not going to sing. So the homework today is this. As we step into this week, the practice that I would like for us to engage in is to each day take care of one of 6 aspects of our life: mind, body, spirit, space, family, and the world. Keep each practice simple. So, for example, you can take care of the aspect of mind by reading something new. If you've never picked up Daily Word, pick up Daily Word in our bookstore. It has a different reading for every single day. You can take care of the aspect of body by taking 10 minutes to stretch. Oh, I love stretching. With this shirt, I can't stretch very easily. You can take care of the aspect of spirit in your life by taking just a few moments to meditate. You can take care of the aspect of space in your life. You ready for this one? By tidying up your junk drawer. In my mind, I'm thinking, that's going to be more than just a little. It's going to be a lot. Take care of the aspect of family by calling someone this week and just having a conversation. Take advantage of, or take time to inform and express this aspect of your life in the world. Volunteer somewhere. doesn't have to be, I'm volunteering. It gets to be, I'm volunteering. I'm being of service. So that's the homework this week, to take time each day to take care of one of 6 aspects in your life and do a different one each day. I go for this because I normally sing. I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to put you through that again. So if you don't mind, let's just take a moment for some affirmative prayer treatment. Right here in this moment, I root myself in the assured awareness of the One, the infinite power and presence that we call God, this infinite creative source, this resource of all expression. And I know that all expression is fundamentally the energy of creative spirit. This is who we are. This is what all that exists is. There is absolutely no separation. There is God and nothing else. And we are this power. We are this presence. We are the light and the life. We are divine. Knowing this, trusting this, allowing this, I am resolved in this understanding. That there is an inherent joy at the core of each and every one of us that is allowing itself to be fully expressed in our thoughts, in our deeds, our intentions, and our actions. I am resolved here today that each and every one of us steps forth and unboxes that which has been boxed up, letting go of any hurts, regrets, any relationship to past circumstances, and knowing that they are now informed by the love and joy that is inherent within. Allowing that peace to flow forth easily and effortlessly. I am resolved. And so it is with gratitude overflowing from within that I relax, I trust, I know, and I allow the flow of spirit to do its perfect work in the lives of each and every one of us. I step out of the way. And resolved in this, I simply let it be. And so it is. Amen. Would you please welcome William Summers, the Vice President of our board, to the stage. How are you, William?
Way better than you.
You don't know that.
That's true.
That's an assumption.
You're absolutely right.
I'm doing pretty well.
That's
I mean, I will tell you, I feel sad that I can't sing like I usually do. But I'm not going to let that inform my future. See how that works?
You're not going to live in regret.
I'm not going to live in regret.
There
No.
you go. Well, but you know, I was thinking about that regret you were talking about, and it occurred to me that for some people, it's kind of like maybe a little bit of a regret is the joy that we get from giving, whether it's a present or a smile, a hug, whatever it is. Well, it's kind of like the season's passed, and now there's a little regret. But maybe the silver lining is all the stress of what to give is gone. Well, I'm here to tell you that we here at Unity hear you, and we're here to address that problem. So, if you want to have that wonderful feeling of giving, the baskets will be coming around shortly. And we've taken the stress out of what to give. We've made a list. Now, you can give, and this is for the people online also, who can give by clicking the donate button if they wish. You can also give on the list is a check, cash you can give. We take credit cards and debit cards, so that takes all the stress out of your giving. You can just have the joy of giving. Oh, one other thing occurs to me though too, this time of the year. One other thing that you could give if you want to have that joy this time of the year, you'll be getting pretty sick of the Christmas cookies pretty soon. So, if you'd like to give something other than cash, in addition to that, we accept Christmas cookies here. We especially like the ones Lynn was talking about where you cut them out and have all the decorations. We really like those. So, however you choose to give, we're so grateful for your sharing. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take what it is we're offering. Thank you, William. Yes. Let's take what it is we're offering Unity of Tucson today and hold it in our hands and understand the power that it has to shift energy. And let's understand that as we share together our giving this statement. I share this gift with love, conscious of the inner presence as the lavish source and substance of my supply. I am rooted in the assurance that this gift blesses Unity of Tucson, and I trust in its ever-present circulation, knowing its blessings return to me. And so it is. Take it away, Linda.
Celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. The love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. Celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. The love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. Here we go. Celebrate my abundance today. Giving this gift, I show my faith. Open my heart, our world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. The love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself.
Linda Ackerman, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for all that you give. And just to take a moment of blessing to understand and know that what has been collected here in the baskets definitely does bless Unity of Tucson. And I'm so grateful for all that you share and contribute to the vision and the mission of this community. A couple of things that I want to let you know about. We are going to continue our celebration on New Year's Day with a labyrinth walk and dissolving bowl. It's an open house style event. So come anytime between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. I will be parked out there by the labyrinth, and I will guide you through the experience of walking a labyrinth and participating in the dissolving bowl. If you're wondering what a dissolving bowl is, it is the desert's version of a burning bowl because we don't want to light any fires out there. We have special paper that dissolves in water, so it's much safer than a burning bowl out in the desert. We have classes that are coming up, spiritual education. We have Foundations of Unity class beginning January 19th. I'm going to be teaching that. It's 8 Wednesday evenings, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can register online or you can register in the bookstore for that. I've got like a dozen people already signed up, so I'm super excited to be teaching. And if you are interested in knowing what Unity is all about, it's a great place to start. This is the root class. And one of the things I always like to say is that Sundays are great, but if you really want to put this into practice in your life, class is where you learn how to do that, because it's the chance you get actually to get me on my toes and ask me the questions that you've always wanted to ask. We also have a class that's being facilitated by Ed Savard. He is going to be starting on January 9th doing this lecture series, God and Mankind, Religious Thought and Why God Won't Go Away. Sundays right after service, 11:30, beginning January 9th. You can sign up for that online or in the bookstore as well. I'm super excited for Ed to be offering that. Yes? There's a description of the class on the table. There's a description as well online on our website under the heading of classes, so check that out. Yes, there's also a workshop that is going to be facilitated by Christine Gilman, who is here. I know she's here. She was here. Maybe she stepped out. Christine Gilman is leading her workshop, Skills for Higher Awareness, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Information for that is also in the lobby. You sign up with there. She's walking through the door. Hello, Christine. I'm talking about your workshop now. Beginning January 13th, and she will be able to tell you all about that. If you are, the tuition for that is being paid directly to her, so not through Unity of Tucson. So if you would like to take that, just let her know, and she will work that out for you as well. We do have the quilt auction. You have 5 more days to place a bid. The quilts that we are auctioning are on display in Harmony Hall. So if you were to go through this door at the end of service, you will see them all displayed on the wall back there. You can bid for them online, or the bidding process here in person is using your phone. If you take a picture of the QR code next to the quilt that you are interested in, you will be taken to the bidding page for that directly. You register, place your bid. It's a great way to raise some money, and grateful for the person who made that contribution to Unity of Tucson of these beautiful quilts. They're absolutely stunning. And so please participate in the auction. It closes at 8 p.m. on New Year's Eve. What else? Tai Chi with Monk on Tuesdays and Thursdays continues. Gentle Yoga with Lynn on Mondays also continues. The youth and family ministries are always looking for volunteers to help support our Sunday experience for the kids. If you are interested in that, please send an email to yfm@unitytucson.com, or there's a sign-up sheet in the foyer. So that's all the announcements today, I believe. Yes, our prayer chaplains in service today are Deborah Walker and Sue Crake as well. Grateful to have you both here. And if you are looking for a moment of prayer following the service, you can see either one of them. They will be in the sanctuary here, and they will offer you a quick prayer for whatever you're experiencing. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today possible. Wally, Don, and Greg, our technical crew, thank you so much for your service. I want to say thank you to William for your participation today. Yes. Of course, Deborah and Lynn, thank you for your offerings today. Let's say thank you to this magnificent team of musicians, Linda Ackerman, Kenji Lancaster, and Raphael Carruthers. Grateful to have Kenji filling in today for Joshua. Thanks for being here. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for suffering through my horrible voice today. No, it's no suffering, right? No. I want to say thank you for being here, for celebrating with me, and I trust as we move from this place and into our next experience, we're going to do so with the joy that is inherent in our hearts. Let us share together one of these options that we have been looking at for our closing prayer. I am the light. The light is within me. The light moves throughout me. The light surrounds me. The light protects me. I am the light. And so it is. Amen. Take it away, Linda. Feel free to stand up and move your body.
Well, it's an idea whose time has come. A new generation decides as one of the same small planet we are born. Has never been so obvious before. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I. The future of history is crystal clear. The borders between us will disappear. Of the same small planet we are born. There's no foreign country anymore. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. Some say I'm out of touch with the times of this world. There's no place for a vision like mine. Well, I still can't see it, and I still believe it. There's too many lives on the line, so many lives on the line. We breathe the same same earth, kiss the same sky, we breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better. You and I, we breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, we breathe the same air. And I think we ought to get along better. You and I, we breathe the same air.